Bonjour, Anin. Zaunjilnokwe Dijnakas. My spirit name is Strong Moving Water Woman, and my English name is Valerie Monague. I come from Christian Island, Beausoleil First Nation in southern Georgian Bay, and we refer to it in our language as Gachimnising, Big Island. My clan is an Otter clan, and in the language we say Nagig, and I'm a Anishinaabe. I'm a woman of the Anishinaabe Nation. Carl had asked me to assist with the planning of Legacy Space in partnership with Downie Wenjack Fund to heighten awareness and education around residential schools and the impact it had on First Nation people and Indigenous people in this country. So what we did is we created a learning space for treaties in this country, starting with treaties from this particular place of Fergus and going throughout Ontario and nationally. Carl and Dalton Associates does most of the work up in the Treaty 9 and Anishinaabe Treaty 5 areas, so we wanted to make sure that we highlighted the treaty spaces up there as well. We also have a whole library of books on contemporary issues. From the James Bay coast, we've got the Tamarack geese, which in itself is a teaching tool. It's a decoy, and their traditional foods is really based around the geese season. Interestingly enough, the James Bay coast, they have 6 seasons, and it does revolve around geese harvest and geese migration. We also were gifted with an eagle feather to honor the work that Dalton Associates has been doing in Fort Hope, Eabametoong First Nation, and they were presented with the eagle feather. So I wanted to highlight the eagle feather and the honor behind presenting it to the company in recognition of all the work they did with the First Nation up there and are still doing. In my view, that's the most significant item in there because it's reflective and an acknowledgement out of respect and kindness, for supporting the community through many years. Dr. and Mrs. Dalton met and got married up north and worked in northern Ontario around the James Bay coast, Moose Factory area. And they've moved south, and students who Dr. Dalton and Mrs. Dalton taught way back in the day grew up to be leaders, and they reached out to Dr. Dalton and asked him to come and support them as they attended to creating alternatives to create hope and inspiration and inspire youth and people to, attend to the traumas that most people and families and communities are experiencing with residential school and a whole slew of government policy interference in lives and communities. So the space is going to evolve and create a learning environment for small groups, classrooms, any social organizations in the region, and it is really a welcoming space.